Everybody knows my famous co-star here. 1972 Ford F-100. I guess it's kind of an update video, kind of a work video too at the same time. Well, let's see if it cold starts first, and we'll pull it over to the garage where I have all my tools and start it up. There'll be actually an update you'll notice already when I hit the starter, and you can see it, or hear it in this case. Man, it's murder in here, I'll tell you that. About 100 degrees, I bet. Whew, get that window down. Okay, a couple of pumps. Somebody's belt squealing. Okay, here we go. See if you can notice the difference in the start. That's been sitting for a month. Truck's been sitting for a month. Cranked over first time. Sounds good, I'll tell you that. See if she wants to go now. She's going, I guess. Oh geez. Ow, ow. Sounds good, I'll tell you that. Alright. Let's try not to run into the Buick there. To hit anything else either. You don't need it all the way in. Okay. Well, okay, if you hadn't noticed already, I was telling you about the startup. A lot of people who work around the cars and stuff know that that is not the Ford starter. That is a Dodge starter now that is on this truck. And I don't know if you can see it so well, but it's down there. It's actually a PowerMaster starter, but they use a Dodge motor on it. So it sounds like a 360, 318 Dodge motor starter on it when it starts up. Then for other updates I have on it, really just nothing besides, well, the MSD, you saw that in the December video. Motor been practically the same. It's just not been, I haven't run it for a while. Did get a new fan shroud put on it because it was cracked. The old one was. Accidentally cracked that. It's got a new oil filter, 428 FE adapter on it. So the oil filter points straight down now, for the motor wise anyway. And like I said, it did get the starter taken care of, so now it doesn't ever grind anymore. Modifications other than that, well, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's got, see, yep, you can see it there, Rancho shocks, front and rear. The rear end is actually rebuilt there. That's a brand new 9-inch Ford. I put that in myself. Got a lot of water in the bed. I've had a lot of rainstorms here, but anyway, the rear end, like I said, is new. It's kind of dirty now, but brand new everything, and it's got new gears. Leaf springs are refurbished, new bolts, wheel cylinders, all braking system went through that, and that's about it. It's also got a locker in it, so it spins both tires. Other than that, not much of a difference, other than, you know, like I said, the typical motor. But it's a project, and it's slowly but surely. Now, what are you wondering about today for the fixes? Well, I did. That's another part of the update I meant to show you guys here. Underneath the air cleaner stud there, I'll pull that off, and the air cleaner itself, I put a new carb on this thing. and I got a fuel leak that I gotta get. That's one of the fixes. See all that black looking stuff there? That's a little bit of fuel mixed in with whatever was sitting on the intake, so that's got to get fixed. The carburetor though, as you can see, it's a Demon 750 CFM though, with electric choke on it. So that's what that is. Problem what I'm having with it though is I've not been able to connect this part. This is your kick down assembly for the transmission, which makes it go into passing gear when you hit it. So what I've been having problems with is trying to get it to actually work, because before when I connected it, it was all the way back here, but it needs to be more up here. And I figured out, I think, a way to do that, so I'll show you what I'm going to do there in a little while. But other than that, I got a little fuel leak, like I said, I'll get there, and then the carburetor, of course, has got to be tuned a little bit more. Really just haven't had time to work. But other than that, it's been a good truck for the most part. This looks really good to me. I like it. Revs good, so we're going to get that fixed finally. Alright guys, this is the kickdown tube I was telling you about. Can't get these anymore for old Ford pickups, unfortunately. But if you can see there, that's what I had to do. That part right there used to be that part right there. So what I did is I cut it and added about 2.5 inches of extra pipe to it and then welded it. Actually, I didn't weld it. I had somebody else weld it because it's real thin steel, believe it or not. But it came out pretty good. Like I said, I had to basically repaint it now too. It was actually kind of rough since I got it back from him. I cleaned it up and painted it back to the original Ford black that was on there. And to say it looks pretty good, I think it will work for what I have to do now to it. So anyway, basically if you run an aftermarket carb, you better be used to modifying things, because that's what you're going to end up doing on a lot of it. And I've modified so many times on these to make the Edelbrock work, and now this Demon I have to make work. And the regular accelerator pedal, it's kind of funny how they work. The regular accelerator pedal bolted up right for the Demon. For the Edelbrock I had to modify it a little bit, but the kickdown cable, or this tube as it's called, the kickdown tube for the Demon does not work like it did on the Edelbrock. So basically I had two options: to either junk this idea and put a cable on it, or just try and modify this. And basically read some ideas on the internet from some people, and modifications what I chose. Looks probably a little bit better stock, and is probably a little bit sturdier than cable, not having to replace it as much. So anyway, that's what I had to do. Show it back on there and we'll start it up for you, okay?